What is going on, Cover One crew? Chris Chow's back again. Hope everybody's doing great out there. I'm doing wonderful. Why, you may ask? It is Thursday Night Football. It's a game day. I love football. It doesn't matter when. Play some football. We got the Tennessee Titans going up against the Green Bay Packers. And, of course, what do we do on Thursdays? Boomer bust, Derrick Henry, King Henry going up against Aaron Jones. And, I mean, two top 10 running backs in fantasy football right now. This is going to be a wonderful show. I gotta believe. I think both teams really want the win. Green Bay desperately requires to continue their winning ways as per last week. But I also got start-sit lineup advice for the Packers and the Titans. And, of course, point spread picks to finish it off. I got my game prediction. Been killing it, man. If you guys don't know, 3 weeks, over 70% winners. ATS, you guys got to get this money, I'm telling y'all. But nevertheless, let's dive in, waste no more time. Tennessee Titans versus the Green Bay Packers. So let's start it off with King Henry, Derrick Henry of these Tennessee Titans. And, I mean, he's had a hell of a season so far. 9 contests, 202 attempts, almost 1,000 yards, 932, 4.6 on the average, 9 rushing scores. He's been an absolute dynamo this year. I believe he's running back number 3 on the season in all of fantasy football. He's sprinkled in the pass game, 16 receptions for 154, 0 touchdowns. Not his game. Hilliard is typically the pass-catching back, but he's done absolute wonders for you this season. Obviously, you're going to be firing up at Derrick Henry, but who's going to have the better day is the question. Is it going to be Derrick Henry or is it going to be an Aaron Jones? The Titans' run game is very, very good. 133.4 rush attempts or rush yards average per game is very good. 4.4 on the average and 10 scores overall. 9 of those coming from Derrick Henry himself. The funny thing when you go to Next Gen Stats, he's got 8-man fronts, okay? He is the most 8-man front running back in the entire NFL. League worst. 38.61% of 8-man stacked boxes, and this man's still putting up 1,000 yards in 9 games, if you can believe it. It's Derrick Henry. He's just a battering ram. He's a cyborg. He's a beast, and we know how good he is. Efficiency rates are a little bit lower because this offense is predicated through Derrick Henry. With Ryan Tannehill being injured the way he was, missed couple games, Malik Willis and company, they could not get the pass game. Nobody was afraid of the pass going through the air. So, I mean, they were just stacking the box and stacking that line. 38% comes from a lot of that with Ryan Tannehill not in the game. Coming off of the game against the Denver Broncos, they also did not fear the pass from Ryan Tannehill too much, even though the Titans did come out with a victorious 17-10, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, that stack box is killer and unbelievable. Can't believe it. But for efficiency, 3.78, he's 25th ranked. So it's kind of interesting because you see the time behind the line of scrimmage, 2.71, having a 12th rank. So Derrick Henry doesn't dance a lot behind the line of scrimmage. He gets the ball, he pounds through the line, and the efficiency rates are 25th. Thought that was going to be a little higher for what he has been doing, but some defenses have been able to stifle this man. Last week, the Broncos played the game to stop Derrick Henry and make Ryan Tannehill beat them, which he ended up doing, but if you stack that line enough, Derrick Henry is eventually going to get through. Around the third quarter, if he is stymied in that first half, third quarter is where he takes off because nobody wants to tackle this man anymore. It's going to be chilly in Green Bay, so each hit is going to wear on this defense. Derrick Henry should have a very good day. When it comes to consistency, this is a monster thing. 6 boom games. What does that mean for all y'all? Any game above 10 points, half PPR is a boom, and he's got 6 out of 9 for running backs. That is very, very good, man. That's why he is ranked number 3 in the NFL. As for Aaron Jones, there was some concern. There was some worry that an ankle was going to hamper him. He could have missed time. They taped that thing up. They shot it up with whatever they did, and Aaron Jones had himself a day last week, utilized a lot on the Green Bay offense, and I've been saying that this is what the Green Bay Packers need to continue doing. Aaron Jones should be the primary source of offense in this offense, a.k.a. Christian McCaffrey style. Utilize him every which way you can. It will open up everything else in the pass game now that there is no Devontae Adams. They seem to to have figured it out last game, but this team has always run the ball a lot in Green Bay, and the stats don't lie, man. 10 games for Aaron Jones, 131 in attempts, a nice 738. So, I mean, he's getting a lot of production. 5.6 yards per carry is a wonderful stat line for this team. Even though they have been losing, he's been producing. You got to love it. 2 rushing scores, kind of light on that end of it. You would like to see Aaron Jones utilized a little bit more in the red zone, in the goal line, and then we know A.J. Dillon gets a lot of those touches, but the pass game has always been a forte for an Aaron Jones as well. 34 for 228 and 3 receiving touchdowns, I should say, but he's always very, very efficient, very, very good, and you see the efficiency rate is better than King Henry. 3.62 for 18th rank, where Henry was 25th, so it is a slight increase for an Aaron Jones, which is very, very good for your fantasy team. 129.4 rush yards per game. That's nothing to sneeze at for the Green Bay Packers when you got, the Titans at 133.4 being one of the heaviest rushing teams in the NFL. Green Bay's right on their heels, 129.4. You can see the commitment to the run game that Green Bay does have, and Aaron Jones is going to continue this way, man. 8-man fronts is the best part of this man's day because he does not see them. 11.45%, very high up on the leaderboard when it comes to minimal stack boxes. Aaron Jones just does not see them. Fabulous stat line for his productivity. Efficiency rate, 18th ranked, like I said, 3.62. So, I mean, he's better than Derrick Henry in that respect, but time behind the line of scrimmage, he does dance a little bit more. 2.78 for a 19th rank, where Derrick Henry was 12th rank, but the consistency in this man continues. Similar trends of a Derrick Henry. He's got 5 boom games in 10 contests played, so 50% is not terrible, where Derrick Henry's 6 out of 9, and you gotta know it's Derrick Henry. He's going to try to boom basically of 75% of his contests the entire season. But when we're talking about these Tennessee Titans going forward, I mean, in this contest, Ryan Tannehill came back last week, looked good enough to win the game against the Broncos. Mid-level risk for Ryan Tannehill against his Green Bay defense that did lose Stokes, and it did show versus the Dallas Cowboys last week, but the defense is still pretty sound, man. The defensive secondary is very good. They do not give up a lot to, opposing quarterback, so he's got a mid-level risk for me this week. 91 points on the season, dealt with some injuries. He is back. Derrick Henry, low-level risk every single week, but the Packers do play the run very, very well. Continuously going to see stag boxes, like we're saying, but he's you're starting him every single week, no question about it. You got Hilliard. He's got some PPR upside, as always. This could be a game where they do utilize Hilliard a little bit more, so if you're in a pinch on the buys, it's a risk, okay? It's a big risk, but he does possess PPR upside on a short week where they may not want to give Derrick Henry all the touches this week. We could see Hilliard sprinkled in quite a bit in this contest. Bobby Trees, man, what the hell is going on with Robert Woods? High risk. You can't play him. He's basically on the waiver wire in all your leagues at this point. It's like they traded him. He's one of the best blocking wide receivers in the entire NFL. So it's like that's what's limited his role too at this point, is just blocking for this run game. And I mean, you just can't play him. 42 points. Maybe Ryan Tannehill starts sprinkling him in this contest, but I really want to believe it's Treylon Burks Day. They got to get this man involved. He's coming off the IR. He's coming off his own injury. It's time to get this rook involved, man. Get him the ball, see what he can do. He was supposed to be the replacement for an A.J. Brown. Feed this man the ball, see what he's got on the field. I think it's going to be Treylon Burks over Robert Woods, Bobby Trees in this contest. If you're going to, try to take a shot on any wide receiver, which I'm not necessarily recommending with high, encouragement, but if you're stuck, man, maybe Treylon Burks. But again, I'm not starting Robert Woods. I'm not starting Treylon Burks. If Burks hits on your bench, that's good news. But the best level risk for me out of these wide receivers is Treylon Burks at mid-level. We got Westbrook-Ikhine. He's got a high-level risk, even though he scored himself a touchdown, I believe, this past week. I mean, with Burks back, with Bobby Trees on the field, you got to think that he is, okay, the forgotten man to the defensive secondary, but he's not going to do wonders. Austin Hooper, a high-level risk as well because he likes to block a lot. Also, the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers, low-level risk. He looked a lot better finding his man, Christian Watson. Where the hell did that come from? Where's that been all season? We've been saying it, though. In my scouting report of this man, I was very encouraged on him. Yes, the slight frame. What is he, 6'4", like 185, soaking wet? I mean, this is why. But the hands are suspect at times. Now it looks like he's kind of figuring it out. And we're talking not just deep threat appeal for Christian Watson. He is able to just cook everybody over the middle of the field. And that's how Green Bay utilized him this past week. It looked very good. 3 tutties for a Christian Watson. He's got definite high upside once again. They're going to say they're continuing to feed him, but maybe they do go away from him this week. It's a tough decision to play him because he could definitely bust, but I will fire him up for the high upside because the Tennessee Titans defense does not play well against speed wide receivers. Aaron Jones, like I said, you're firing him up everywhere. You got him low risk. A.J. Dillon has become, unstartable. You cannot start this man. Very low floor at this point. He is on your bench or on your waiver wire at this point. Allen Lazard does get a mid-level risk, even though he took a backseat to Watson this past week. Allen Lazard is still a very good player, and I think he's going to find ways to get target share as well. Aaron Rodgers, once he gets more comfortable, as they start to figure out their chemistry, it's week 11, and you knew there was going to be growing pains with all these wide receivers, but Allen Lazard could be trusted this week as well. Start him up. Christian Watson, a little bit of a boomer bust, but I could figure out to say that, you know what, if you had to, because the matchup is good, I can play a Christian Watson this week. Sammy Watkins, high-level risk. You are not playing this man. I don't care who you are, but Robert Tonyan gets a mid-level risk. There were better options this week on streaming tight ends over a Robert Tonyan. I would look on that waiver if there's still other players, like I said, the Hayden Hurst, the Ty Conklins. You likely have better options this week. Mark Andrews looks like he's playing, so Isaiah Likely's out of the question, but Robert Tonyan, I think you could do a lot better because they're trying to get this wide receiver core in the good books with an Aaron Rodgers as they run the ball extremely well with an Aaron Jones. And if we're talking about who's going to be a better start this week, Derrick Henry or Aaron Jones, you got to go with King Henry, man. You know it's going to be cold. You know they're going to feed him the rock. I think Derrick Henry finds the end zone at least once. Aaron Jones still going to have a very good day, but point productivity, I got to lean to Derrick Henry having the better day. As for the game prediction, minus 3.5 for the Green Bay Packers. They are favored at home, and I mean relatively so. They coming off a big win versus the Dallas Cowboys, so now they're going to get favor back from the odds makers in Las Vegas, and I'm telling y'all, this is going to be a hard-fought battle. Don't necessarily buy the media hype that Green Bay all of a sudden is back. Dallas Cowboys did not look good on defense. They blew a big lead and allowed Green Bay to come back. That was all Coach McCarthy. And I mean, they're good. They played good. They're looking better. But the Tennessee Titans are just this team that's just a grinder. They're going to grind out ways to figure out ways to win games. I still think Green Bay manages to find a way to win this game, but I got the score 21-20 where Tennessee is going to cover the 4 points basically, and I'm going Tennessee plus 3.5 because I think it's going to be a fabulous contest, very tight scoring, lots of running, so definitely fire up Derrick Henry and Aaron Jones because, I mean, they're going to do some wonders for you on Thursday Night Football. So there you have it. That is the first game of week number 11 on Thursday Night Football, the Packers and the Titans. It's going to be a good one. I know everyone doesn't like Thursday Night Football. I love it, man. It's football. We're going to be dying for this in the offseason. I'm telling y'all. But nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, jump in those comments. Who do you think is going to have a better day? Is it King Henry? Is it Aaron Jones? Anybody else you got pegged for a big day? Throw them in the comments. Let's talk it out. Let's have some fun. But nevertheless, we'll see you next time. I am out.